Hey, what's up guys, Little Man with a Big Opinion here. Today's video, I'm going to talk about these 48-hour emergency kits. You can pick them up at Walmart. I think they're about $27 right now. And it's supposed to be a 48-hour emergency kit for 4 people. Go over the pros and cons of them. And then I will tell you the alternatives that we do at our house. So, within this 48-hour kit is just shy of 11,000 calories. They've got the nutritional facts on the back. You've got a pouch of buttermilk pancakes. You've got a pouch of maple brown sugar oatmeal. 2 pouches of elbow macaroni. 1 pouch of cheese powder. 2 pouches of creamy chicken flavored rice. And 1 pouch of potato soup. So, the first pro of this is the convenience of the package. If you are just now getting into prepping, you can throw one of these in your cart when you go shopping. And, if you're a single person, that's 5 days worth of food for less than $30. Imagine the amount that you can have put aside for that rainy day if you live by yourself. 11,000 calories. It's all put together. All you have to do is add water. So that's the first pro. Price-wise, I think it's relatively cheap. And it comes sealed in a food-grade bucket. The only thing that's gone in here is food. And I like to write a Sharpie on top of when I purchased it. But most of the stuff in here is going to last you 30 years. It's relatively lightweight food. They're stackable. I've got 5 or 6 in my closet. And it's one of those things that out at my bug out location, I've got 3 or 4 more. And they're basically just inside of another bin. So they have 2 layers. And then they're under a shelter that I've built out there. So you can buy them and just kind of sit on them. And generally speaking, the science says the food in there is going to last a lot longer, but for consumer legal reasons, they've got to put a date on them. I like that it's kind of a variety of food. Everything in there I like to eat. That's one of the big benefits to those, at least for me and my family, is we like the stuff that's in those containers. So that can be a con for other people, is I don't like that stuff. If you should prep what you eat and eat what you prep. That's kind of why we, prep a lot of tea, because I like to drink tea. And it's going to last a relatively long amount of time. Some of the cons is, yes, while it is fairly cheap, this is more oatmeal in this quart jar than is inside that container. And I don't really know how to break the cost down based on the food, but if I did an even split, you can buy the items in here for cheaper. If you buy other containers in bulk, like these mason jars or Mylar bags, when you repackage it, it's still going to be slightly cheaper to do it this way. You have to put work into making it food safe, making it last a good amount of time. So you need to kind of find that balance of, do I want to just buy a bunch of these containers and I'm going to spend a little bit more That way I can, I don't have to worry about putting anything in other containers. I've really leaned more towards the mason jars because they are resealable. I can visibly see the content inside of the mason jar, and I have a lot of different size options. I've put some stuff in the half-gallon jars. I've put some stuff down to pint-sized jars. And for me, that just kind of lets me, I can open this up. It's kind of like carrying the different size currencies. If I don't want everyone to know what I have, I'm not going to pull out a big half-gallon of oats. I might pull out like a pint-sized jar of oats. And I do that with all of my different prepping stuff because I don't want someone to see what I have if I'm trying to do some sort of trading and maybe start to get some nefarious thoughts out of it. But I've seen these in just about every Walmart. The other options can be Mountain House meals. You can get those in the number 10 cans or, individual servings. You're kind of picking your poison. I like the ReadyWise desserts that they do, but some of their other meals are, they're not the greatest meals. Like they're all veggie chili. I'd eat it if that was the last thing I had to eat. But I do know for our Walmart, I've only ever seen this variety. I don't know if it changes in other areas around the US. So you can let me know in the comment section down below if there are different, varieties to these. And if so, I might need to pick a couple of these up from somewhere else. The big key factor, it doesn't matter how your food prepping is going to go. I would continue to stack to the rafters. Any amount of food that you purchase is going to get you one step closer to being able to maintain a level of normalcy. If you have 2 extra weeks worth of food, you're doing better than probably 90% of the people out there. If you've got 2 months worth of food and we had a 2-month problem, you're going to make it through that problem, relatively better than those around you. The biggest point to stacking the food is I want my day-to-day to stay as normal as possible. And heaven forbid, the problem is a persistent one. That is your safety net to figure out how I'm going to sustain myself, my friends, my family. I feel a lot more comfortable figuring out how I'm going to put food on the table with a buffer. And each week adding, I like to think of it in calories these days. But if I'm adding on average 4,000 to 5,000 extra calories into my preps, every 2 weeks, that's adding 2 to 5 days worth of food to get us through to the next issue. And I haven't broke down the calories of what the garden provides or what the chickens will provide in eggs when we get that going. But I'll come up with some numbers for that, and it's just closer and closer to normal. All that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe, share it with your friends and family. I'll catch you in the next one.